Is it recording?
It is now.
Okay. Hey, Hannah. I apologize for my voice. I'm a little under the weather. Some allergies going on. It's that time of year, so voice is cracking. What's going on for you this week?
So this week, I got in a really big fight with my boyfriend, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been dating a while, about 6 months, and he really wanted me to spend more time in his apartment, but I have a really hard time spending a night away from where I live. I have a lot of medications. I have a sleeping machine that I use at night, and so it's just it causes a lot of anxiety to do that. And so we got in this big fight, and it didn't get resolved. And yeah, so that's just been really present and really big this week.
Have you been able to talk to him about the emotions it brings up for you to stay there, or how you feel about having your medications and all of that?
No. I get really worried about if people like me or not, and I don't want to disappoint anybody, and I worry that if I do that, then they'll be disappointed and sad.
Sure. So it sounds like you have some fear around having maybe disappointing your boyfriend and communicating that.
I do. A lot of fears around that. At the same time, it's what about me?
Right. What about you? What do you need?
Yeah, I'm feeling really torn, because I need to spend time at home. I also my life is at home, so my housemates are at home, my cats are at home. And I get a lot of introvert pleasure from being at home.
Sure.
I love my cats.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I think I really want, but then I also really don't want.
So there's a lot of conflicting emotions going on.
Yeah.
You feel really torn, maybe in two different directions, between having the safety and comfort of your home and your housemates and your cat, versus this, out of your comfort zone, but maybe with someone who you really care about and you want to invest in that relationship a little bit more.
Right. And I think that's the key thing is this idea of investing. Because it's ideally, I want to build this relationship. And I know that takes time, and it takes a lot of effort to get to that point where it feels good and it feels okay. But I have so much going on that that's just it feels sometimes that's just another thing, as opposed to it being easy.
Describe what you mean by that's just another thing.
I
don't understand that.
Yeah, it's another thing I have to do instead of adulting. So I have to pay my bills,
right,
and cook for myself, and
So it feels like a little bit of an obligation sometimes.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. When you really maybe just want to take care of yourself and not have to worry about those adulting tasks.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another important thing about investing in a relationship might be communicating, like we're struggling with.
Yeah.
And before you've talked to me when we first started about how one big goal for you to work on while we're together is trying to open up a little bit more and be more assertive in your communication with your loved ones. How have you been doing with Josh? With Josh, aside from this argument we've had?
Yeah, so we talked about that, and I really was yes, this is true. I need to be more assertive. I need to recognize that I have worth and do that. And that hasn't really happened.
What do you think is holding you back?
I think a few things. I think the biggest one is probably me feeling like I am not as important as other people.
Mm-hmm. To Josh, or to other people in general? Is it just in the situation with Josh, do you feel like?
I feel like that in a lot of areas. Like, even, like, God, it's so stupid. Like, even if I, like, get the wrong meal at a restaurant, like, or something's wrong with, like,
Yeah.
it's like the waiter's comfort is so much more important than me, like, sending it back or saying something. So I just go ahead and eat it, even if it's not what I wanted, not what I ordered.
So it sounds like you're naturally pretty selfless, but also, you know, really worried about being important to other people you love and being recognized and seen.
Yes.
So maybe in your relationship with Josh, there's that pull again, where you're pulled between two different situations of.
There's this other part of it too. That's like, it's so annoying. It's like I'm trying to be selfless, or like I'm feeling this internal pressure that I should be selfless.
Oh yeah.
And then I get really, really pissed when he can't read my mind and give me what I want. Like, I get angry that he doesn't know. He just isn't on the same page as me as like on stuff. Mm-hmm.
So, have you ever had a friend where you're like, she expects me to read her mind?
Yes.
Like, has she ever communicated her needs to you? And you're like, okay, I got it. I can do that now.
Yeah. I had a friend who was a therapist who did that.
Yeah.
That's helpful.
So, but I'm hearing you get frustrated that Josh can't pick up on those subliminal like cues from you, where you're just like, I don't want to talk about it, but I need you to know what I need.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Dude, yes.
That's hard for someone to do. You talk about, you know, I hear you talking about the expectations you have for yourself about being selfless. But I feel like there's also some expectations for Josh there. Do you think they're realistic?
What does realistic
mean? Exactly. That's a good point. Do you feel like it's achievable for him? Is it achievable for you?
It's like the first thing that like popped into my mind when you asked me that was like, oh, of course not, because he can't read my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Achievable for me, I don't know, because it does feel like there's this really big like block in between me actually sharing those feelings and being assertive in that way. I don't really know how to like break through that.
Mm-hmm. How to break through being assertive? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you mean? Is there maybe a time in your past, maybe not even with Josh, where you have been able, you feel like you walked away from that situation feeling like, I spoke up for my needs. Hannah did herself proud.
Yes. Like a year ago, I was turning right No, I wasn't turning. I was going straight, and a woman was turning right and hit me. And she was like trying to say that it wasn't my fault in driving, and I was like really, really scared and nervous. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna just say this is okay. She dented my car. So I was like, it felt really different and kind of weird, but I did feel like I spoke up for myself.
So I heard you say it felt different and weird. Like how, can you elaborate on that? Like how did it feel different or weird than a situation with Josh?
So it felt different and weird because it was like, I felt like I hate to use this cliche word, but it felt like empowered. Like it was like, I can take up space and it's okay. I think a big part of that was I didn't know her. I didn't really care if she didn't like me. With Josh, it feels like there's a lot more at stake.
Yeah, that's understandable. It's someone you've romantically invested, a lot of time in that we've already talked about. It's hard for you, and it's hard to give up that alone time because we normally love our alone time, especially as an adult. So yeah, what I'm hearing you saying is you've identified that it was easier for you to speak up in a situation where you didn't know the other person, you didn't have as much fear that they wouldn't like you or be mad, and they kind of wronged you. Like she hit you.
Yeah, that's a really good point too. If that like it felt like she done fucked up and
she wronged you. So I'm just curious, has there ever been a situation with Josh where you felt like he hurt you, maybe hurt feelings in a relationship? I know often happen, and you were able to be a little bit more assertive. Do you think that's a common thread?
I think like there's like I was assertive when he like wanted to steam the broccoli and I really wanted to roast it, but like that's kind of like the extent of it, because again it's like
it's trivial,
right? It's so much lower stakes,
right? So the goal is, how can we continue to be assertive, speak up for our needs, or communicate what we're feeling in a conflicting moment when the stakes are a little higher, when we have a little bit more fear about how they're going to receive that, about how Josh is going to receive that. How do you think we can practice that a little bit better?
I think a large part of it has to come from me, in recognizing that like it's okay for me to say my needs, and also that like there's some safety and some trust there that I think I need to like either work on or need to recognize that like he's not gonna like leave me because I want Brussels sprouts or I want to roast the broccoli instead of steaming it.
Or, he's not going to leave you because you communicate like, hey Josh, tonight I'm just really needing the security, comfort, routine of staying at my place with taking care of my cats and making sure everything's in line for me to go to work tomorrow, to be my routine, to feel comfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. So how do we think, can we work on that within the next week? Maybe start small.
Yeah.
Maybe don't pick like an
I'm
argument.
not gonna pick that
for our first practice round.
Yeah, but I definitely think I can try to like something doable, like roasting the broccoli.
Yeah,
I can do that.
Yeah. And then we'll work on moving back to like trying to explain to him, hey, here's why this situation, back then maybe caused a lot of, sounds like a lot of conflicting stress and anxiety for you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. So glad you were able to come today.
Me too.